given what a threat that new Trump approach, the Don Roe doctrine, as you referred to it, um, presents to U.S. adversary China, do you think that there can be some sort of a potential response from the Chinese, perhaps asymmetrical warfare?
Well, it's a real concern. And we saw the week before the Venezuela operation, the Chinese were publicly broadcasting that they were conducting combat simulations of warfare in our hemisphere, in the Gulf of America. This is something they think about. Look, they're buying, as you know well, they're buying farmland all over the United States, not just next to key military installations, but they're buying farmland with the purpose of controlling American agricultural production of key crops in specific geographies. You don't do that if you're not planning asymmetric activity, if you're not planning to do something on the homeland. I have no doubt that they are looking at their options. I tend to think, the Chinese have always viewed our homeland. They've literally said this in their strategy documents. They view our homeland as the soft underbelly of the United States. And they view, they do not view themselves. There was a book called Unrestricted Warfare from the late 90s, where the Chinese military said publicly, you can buy this on Amazon. They said publicly, we look at the United States homeland as a potential target in the event of a war over Taiwan. So the Chinese are thinking very expansively about this sort of thing. I think what's more likely to happen is they're going to take the president's decisive action in the hemisphere as a clear signal that the president's not going to tolerate meddling in the Western hemisphere any longer. And they're going to go project their tendency for malign influence closer to their shores. But as I said, they're going to keep every option open in the event of an actual conflict to try and bring pressure to bear on Americans where we live.